Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. My name's Leanne.
And my name's Arabella.
And together we are LA. So today we're coming back with another video for Hot Girl Semester.
So as you can see, we're in a different setup today. This is actually my uni room because I've moved to uni now. I'm in London. And we're going to discuss like loneliness at uni because it is actually a big thing. I didn't think it would affect me the way that it has affected me. Because it's something that like it just isn't covered ever, or if it's covered it's really like surface. 'Cause I don't know, the YouTubers make uni to be some madness, and it is, but then when that's all died down.
Alright guys, I'm going to tell you my experience of loneliness at uni. I didn't really encounter loneliness until my final year, where I just hated the environment I was in and just wanted to be by myself. So I guess for me, loneliness was brought upon myself because I obviously segregated myself from everybody else. And you don't realise how much your workload, and if you do like a healthcare subject like I did, how placement really drains you. And you miss your family, you miss what you're used to at home, you know, your routine and everything. And if you're like me and you don't talk about your feelings, especially like to your friends, then it's a struggle. Okay, not just to my friends but to everybody else.
Yeah.
It's really a struggle, and that's when you obviously derail and you go into that really sad
Like
place in your life,
isolation.
and you're literally isolating yourself from everybody. When,
And that's not healthy.
guys, it's not healthy. Speak to your friends. It's good to vent. If you need to vent to someone, obviously have a designated friend or your mum or whoever it is. For my case, sometimes Arabella will vent to her friend. Like, just vent to anybody, even your tutor. Your tutor is there for you. You don't pay 9k for nothing. Okay?
Yeah.
So literally utilise all of those things. Even at university, they've got those different charitable organisations at university, and there's societies. There's like, in my university there was a mindful cafe where you can just literally go down and sit down and draw. If that's your way of just like, you know, letting everything out onto paper, do that, because loneliness really eats people up. And people, God forbid anything happens to anyone at university right now, but that's how people have suicidal thoughts because of that.
And I think like loneliness and the whole kind of topic of loneliness at uni really, like, it depends on like either how close you are with your family, how far you are from home. I think for me, I didn't think it would affect me because I kind of naively thought like it's just uni, everyone goes through it. But for me, I come from a really tight-knit family, and although like I'm not with them all the time, I'm in my room, like I always hear them, I'd always see them, my sisters will come and annoy me, my mum will call me, and I was never really like super far from home until like, and I was going to school in London, but I come back home in the days and I have my family oriented around me. So from going from that to being by myself full time and realising how much I take for granted and how much I've got to do myself, I was a bit like, oh my gosh, and it's really overwhelming. I think for me, especially living in London, it's a big city by myself and coming from a really small place.
Not even just London in general. If you come from the sticks, or you're literally coming from your hometown and going to a different city, that's hard within itself. I don't think
really
people realise. Like, obviously some people, it's fine for them to just go to a different environment, make friends and stuff like that. But even though you make friends, you still come back to this same room and you can feel lonely.
Yeah,
still.
and that's what I had. I was out all the time for like 2 weeks, and then when everything died down and I was by myself in my room for like a long time, I just couldn't cope. I had to try and make myself like do things, either like just fill my time up with reading, or when I had those empty, quiet moments, it was really weird because I just didn't know how to process everything. Because I'd been kind of ignoring the whole thing of loneliness because I'd been filling my time up with so much stuff, so that I never had the chance to be by myself. And then when I did that, it was very hard. But I think in the same breath, it's actually good to come back to reality and face facts that you're living on your own now. Although you have housemates, you're living on your own. Because if you keep doing what I was doing at first and just keep going out and keep ignoring it, or keep just filling your time up, you're gonna delay it for longer, and then it's gonna be a really unknown and unfamiliar feeling when it hits you, when you actually 6 months down the line, your schedule is so free and you don't know what to do with yourself, and then it starts really eating you up.
And guys, it's actually okay to go home if you feel
it is.
Like, even if it's just a day.
Even if the money like is a little pricey. Like for me, I went home and I just felt like I just recentered everything, because I was not losing my mind, but like I was like, it affected me more than I realised. I had to go home, I had to see my family. Like FaceTime's a great way as well to kind of be in contact with people, but having a bit more contact rather than just a phone call. But I think having that actual contact of being with people and being with your loved ones and being with your like real friends is so important. It's so important. And the thing is as well, what I was doing as well, I was really easily losing contact because I was my schedule was just full all the time, so I wasn't able to pick up calls. I didn't call up people as much as I should have. So I think it's really important to make sure you find the time to speak to people at home, speak to your friends if you're in different unis, just so you feel like there's a sort of alignment within you, because it can get really sporadic within yourself if you don't have that time to recuperate and find yourself back with people that you know you love and trust, or you know have your back. Because uni is like a pool of people who are trying to like find themselves or trying to mix in with other groups, and I guarantee the people you meet in your first week might not be the people you end up finishing first year with.
But at the same time, guys, just because you're lonely doesn't mean you should go and make stupid friends and do stupid things, because that could get you into trouble. So don't let loneliness make you do stupid things.
Yeah.
If you are feeling lonely, like I said, go home.
And friends will come to you.
Yeah.
You will make friends. Unless you're being a completely isolated person, by going out with people in your course or just talking to people in your course, following each other on Instagram, DMing each other at work, creating a group chat, you will make friends organically. Don't push yourself in situations where you feel like, oh my gosh, third week in, people are making friends. I need to push myself into a group to make a friend. Like, don't do that, because then you'll either be stuck in a friendship with people you don't really gel with, you don't really like, or you'll end up doing some of these silly things. So you need to just allow your group to find, allow your soul tribe to find you. Don't go out and search
take
for
each
it.
day as it comes. It's not by force to make friends. It's not by force to just
literally
force
take
everything.
each day as it comes.
But obviously, if you are feeling lonely, you need to take that break and you need to think, okay, so why am I feeling lonely? You need to break it down, because it might be something that's triggering it. You don't know. It could be the fact that, you just need to see your family. Then go and see your family. It's okay to take a break, You
really need to take each day. I think it's so important to take each day as it comes. And also, don't get caught up in that thing of when you move somewhere you don't know. Like, I moved to an area I don't really know. And it's so easy for you to make your little uni dorm, your coven, like your little cove. Explore the area, go out, walk around, find the places you like in your area. Get to know your area. That is so super important. I didn't do that. I was literally going out far central places all the time. Just get to know your area, get to know the shops, get to fill your time up with do grocery shopping. You might actually enjoy it. You might have some cool places around you. You might have a park next to you.
Do activities.
Just you might have a gym next to you.
Like, even your university will have like a week, or not. I don't even think it's a week. I think every week they do have like a schedule of activities. Because my uni did, like, there was Monday you could go do mindfulness.
Even in my accommodation we have like yoga lessons every Monday, so there's things you can get involved with. And don't make it a thing of where you go to lecture, you come back, you go to lecture, you come back, because that's feeding into loneliness. Exactly. Or even if you don't want to do anything that's too crazy out of the way, instead of just going lecture, come back, maybe go to lecture, go to the library. You might meet people there, you build like a group of friends there, or go to a different campus from your uni. Like, just make sure you're not getting into a really dark routine of where you're feeding your loneliness and you're ignoring it, or you're doing dumb shit that you wouldn't usually do. Don't stray. The biggest thing for me is that you can't stray from who you were pre-uni, unless of course it's growth, then that's good. But don't stray from who you were pre-uni, and then allow yourself, because it's really easy for yourself to mentally unravel really quickly. All the years you've built into your spiritual, your mental growth to really unravel when you come to uni, because it is just a pool of different people with different things, and if you allow yourself, very easily can you find you don't know who you are anymore. So you've got to allow this to be an experience of where you're growing and you're building yourself more as a stronger person, so you have like skin like a stick as a rhino, rather than becoming vulnerable and becoming very like easy to meander and impressionable into different situations, because uni, it's not real life. It's not real life at all. But it's a time when I'm even finding, I've only been here for a couple of weeks, but it's a time when you've got to learn how to say no. That's not for me. Those people aren't for me. It's a time when you've got to grow into your own, even though it's not real life.
Yeah, so my advice would be that just once you get into this loneliness state, you start to realise that, okay, I'm not doing the things I used to do before. I'm not doing it anymore. So why is it that you stopped doing that? Why? Yeah. So you need to honestly, even if it's good for you to put it on paper, put it on paper.
Yeah, that's what I was doing as well.
Literally, have a diary, write the things that you did today, and then think about what you did before you came to uni. Why have you stopped that? Why have you stopped going to the gym?
Mm-hmm.
Why have
When
you
was the
stopped
last
going
time
to
you did those
coffee
things
with
that make you
friends?
happy?
Exactly. So maybe start doing the stuff you did beforehand. Like when I was in my last year of uni, I stopped going to the gym. And I stopped hanging around in the kitchen with all my housemates. I just stayed in my room. And I just thought, why am I doing that? I'm further isolating myself. It's not helping me. So maybe I should go back to what I was doing, because that's what was making me happy.
Yeah.
Even just sitting with them and watching like YouTube.
I think the thing is with
loneliness,
with loneliness is that you become closed off. You've got to allow yourself to be open, especially when you're starting uni with that kind of Freshers Week frenzy. You've got to allow yourself to be open, so and you have to kind of switch off all those preconceived notions you have about every little thing. Because Freshers Week,
it's just a week, love.
Yeah,
so.
It was a week or 2 weeks, and it's not real, and it's just you spend all your money, and by the end of it, you might feel really, really empty because you don't actually know anything about anyone, and you're back into the basics of living by yourself again. So allow yourself to be open and get to know people on your course, get to know people who you're living with. It's important. Don't just let it be a place where it's your room and that's it. As Leanne said, chill in the kitchen for a bit.
Yeah.
You get to know your mates.
So my advice would be, like Arabella said, don't sit in your room. Go and sit in the kitchen. Even if it's just that 5-minute conversation.
Yeah.
That could help you. Number 2, if you've stopped all the activities you did previously and that made you happy, start doing them again. Number 3, make new friends. Like, if you feel like your old friends are toxic, or like, I don't know, your new friends that you've made aren't good for you, then you know what to do. Make new friends or go back to your old ones.
Yeah, and making that friends
makes you feel
isn't
comfortable.
scary. You've got to realize everyone is in the same
position as you
like,
are. So
don't allow yourself to get into this like negative fixed mindset of where like, oh, everybody has their friends.
Yeah.
That might be true, but no one's willing to say no to new friends.
Exactly.
Unless you're a bad person yourself. So
honestly,
like, I always get annoyed when I see people like, oh, I'm not making new friends because people already have their friends. Like, if you allow yourself to think like that, then of course you're not going to get anywhere. Because the loneliness mindset as well can turn people really negative as well really quickly. Like, all of a sudden you don't want to do anything now. You want to carry on being like this. So then at the end of the day, if you're going to think like that, then you have to blame yourself a little bit, because you don't even want to try to progress. Like, if I carried on staying in my room and not walking outside or not even trying with my new friends, like, what I have myself to blame at the end of the day, because I'm not trying and I'm not even willing to get past this little bump in the road. So you also have to make sure you're checking yourself that, like, am I even actually putting effort into this to make this a new chapter for me? Like, that's a big thing as well. Okay,
I don't know if it's number 3 or number 4, but then obviously write in your diary how you're feeling that day and what made you feel lonely during that day, so that you know what's triggered it. So then the next day you can, instead of just sitting in your room like you did yesterday in your diary, you put that in your diary, maybe just go sit in the kitchen, go to a coffee shop, go to the library, go where people are, so that you don't feel that sense of loneliness. But at the same time, the diary, you need to put your different moods throughout the day, so you can recognise that, okay, this is what's made me feel lonely, or this is what's made me go into that sad space.
And simple things, like doing simple things. I realised in like the 2 weeks I've been here, all the food and all the stuff that my mum bought, I hadn't even cooked. So I just took the time out, I just cooked, and it was nice to cut in the ingredients, you know, smelling the food I was making, eating it, sitting down, like just doing things, just not making, like I literally would go from A to B and come back in my room, wake up, go from A to B, come back in my room, come up A to B, and I was getting to this cycle of my life was so quick. Like, I couldn't even tell you what I did on Tuesday because everything was so quick. and I hadn't even had a breakfast. Had breakfast. Hadn't had any of the coffee I got. I hadn't cooked any of the food. I think I had one bowl of ramen with you on the day you came, and that was it.
So guys,
just like, yeah, utilize your time for nice things, and just like,
guys, the number one advice I'm going to give you to round up this video is to vent. If you need to vent, that's the best therapy. Just vent to your friends, to whoever's close to you. Just vent to them.
It's so important.
It is actually very important, because otherwise, I don't want to put this out there and be like, yeah, everyone's going to get mental health issues. But really and truly, if you keep bottling things up and you're not in tune with your mood swings and what makes you sad and stuff, then that's going to build up and you're eventually going to get depressed.
Yeah. Make sure you vent and you don't do things that don't feed your soul.
Yeah. So guys, that rounds up
our video. Okay. Make sure you don't forget to comment, like,
subscribe,
share, and click the notification bell so you always know when we're uploading.
And we will see you in our next one.
So, peace!